Is WWE reportedly leaking negative AEW Fast National ratings to journalists in an attempt to sabotage All Elite Wrestling? We've got all the details on that. Plus, the status of CM Punk for this weekend's Clash at the Castle event has been revealed. An update on Ricochet's contract status with WWE, as well as Chad Gable's contract status with World Wrestling Entertainment. WWE reportedly is very happy with the recent character change by Wendy on WWE NXT. Plus, AJ Styles opens up about a possible return to TNA Wrestling. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about sabotage when it comes to AEW and WWE. Now, AEW and WWE have been in competition for the past few years, and major names have jumped ship from one company to another. However, a recent report has unveiled an alleged controversial move made by WWE towards Tony Khan's company. WWE was recently accused of spreading misinformation and negative stories about ratings of AEW Collision being very low. However, the viewership numbers were later corrected and revealed to be 387,000 viewers. Now, in the recent edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer has revealed that since Nick Khan took over WWE and became the president of the company has been ordering fast nationals for All Elite Wrestling shows. He further noted that WWE's PR team has been trying to pass on these numbers to several reporters. This is what Meltzer said. He said, quote, "Cable fast nationals must be requested and purchased for thousands of dollars for each episode, so the possible sources are far fewer than for typical ratings reportings. And I know WWE has been ordering AEW Fast Nationals every week roughly since Nick Khan started. Plus, I know WWE PR tried to feed the numbers to a long line of reporters who long ago decided it was too shady." So, what do you think about Meltzer's reporting here? Is it underhanded tactics by WWE? Is it working, if indeed that's what they are doing? Is it Meltzer being paranoid? Is it Tony Khan being paranoid? Let me know your thoughts and reaction to it in the comment section below. Now, I should say spoilers ahead, because if you don't want to know about CM Punk's status for Clash at the Castle at the weekend, skip over. I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because it looks like the best in the world could be in Glasgow this weekend. Now, ahead of the action that we'll be witnessing at WWE's Clash at the Castle premium live event in Glasgow, Scotland, streaming live on Peacock, there is a face floating around that could be looking to get some of the revenge he's been waiting on. Now, the show has the potential to be stolen in all of the 5 championship matches, especially the one between the World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest, who is set to go one-on-one against Drew McIntyre in their first match since Priest cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase at WrestleMania 40, which, by the way, that cash-in was successful because of a certain somebody who was reportedly spotted ahead of the show, that person being the former longest-reigning WWE champion, CM Punk, who played the biggest part in making sure McIntyre's reign as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion was short-lived. Now, Punk, who has been in a very heated rivalry with McIntyre since he made his return to WWE for the first time in over a decade last November at Survivor Series, was injured during this year's Men's Royal Rumble match by McIntyre himself, who hit the Future Shock DDT and tore Punk's tricep, which has kept him out of action for the last 6 months. Now, sources have told Bodyslam.net and Rami Hanna that CM Punk was spotted at the hotel following his flight where all WWE talent are staying, and was seen at the hotel's gym at 6:20 p.m. getting reps in on Thursday ahead of the Clash at the Castle event, where his biggest hater, the Scottish Warrior, is set to headline for a second time in his career on Saturday night. Now, many are expecting Punk to play a huge role in the main event between Priest and McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship by getting revenge on the man responsible for costing Punk in the main events of WrestleMania 40 and an opportunity to become the World Heavyweight Champion on the grandest stage of them all. So what are your thoughts on CM Punk being spotted in Glasgow? With that being the case, what do you think happens? What do you think the plans are? Is he going to cost McIntyre the championship? Is he going to confront McIntyre after he's won the championship? How do you think this one's going to play out? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. Now, Ricochet. So many people have been talking about Ricochet, his future with WWE. Now, news that Ricochet was planning to leave WWE emerged on June 8th, with his contract expiring this summer. The June 10 episode of Raw saw Ricochet written off television after an attack by Bron Breakker. The attack was followed by Ricochet being put on a stretcher and taken away in an ambulance, with his real-life fiancée Samantha Irvin crying by his side. In doing that, WWE left the door ajar for Ricochet to return for revenge on Breakker, with PW Insider having reported that there was talk of him making one more appearance to capitalize on the buzz surrounding the news, although the angle would still work as a way to completely write him off television as well. Well, a few days later, WWE posted an update saying Ricochet had suffered injuries and would be out of action for an undisclosed amount of time, again meaning it could go either way as to whether he appears again or not. Dave Meltzer has provided an update on Ricochet's future in WWE in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, writing, quote, "There is enough time that they could bring him back for a different ending, and the reality is people can also change their mind. WWE was not wanting to lose him, obviously, and the angle was done to give him a great reason to return if he had second thoughts. WWE had ideas for him both if he was staying, as well as ways to write him out, but those in WWE confirmed to us that the belief there was that he was leaving the company." Now, interestingly, an unnamed source, according to Meltzer, would shed some light on the possibility of this being the last time we'll see Ricochet in WWE, with Meltzer reporting saying, quote, "One WWE star noted to us that it seemed way too elaborate of an angle to do for someone leaving, especially with the involvement of Irvin in the angle, although they were also under the impression that he was leaving." Now, per previous reports, it was noted that Ricochet is expected to join AEW after his contract expires. The president of the company, Tony Khan, refused to be drawn into the rumor that Ricochet could be becoming All Elite in a recent interview. So, what are your thoughts on Ricochet? Have you changed your mind? Do you think he's going to be staying with WWE? Do you think he's going to be going to AEW? Let me know your thoughts about that one too. Now, Chad Gable, of course, speaking of contracts, the expectation is that Chad Gable is going to be sticking around in WWE. Now, Chad Gable is the latest in a long line of WWE stars who are set to be out of contract over the summer. The former NXT Tag Team Champion has been enjoying his highest position on the card as of late, but recent reports have suggested he might technically be a free agent by the time he challenges Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship at Clash at the Castle tomorrow. According to Dave Meltzer in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, it seems that Gable's days in WWE are not numbered, as the company is of the belief that he will be staying put. Like many high-profile free agents, there had been reported interest from AEW, with Meltzer noting that stars like FTR had pushed hard to try and bring Gable to AEW, given their history with the Olympian and his former tag team partner Jason Jordan in American Alpha. However, it seems as though Gable was offered something that was too good to turn down, and that a new deal will either be signed in the coming days or already has potentially been signed. Now, this follows earlier reports from sources like Fightful Select and PW Insider that suggested that the Olympian would be staying with WWE, and that even though there was no official confirmation on whether he had put pen to paper, the belief within both WWE and AEW was that he wasn't going anywhere. Of course, if Gable defeats Zayn in Glasgow, Scotland on June 15, not only will that be the ultimate sign that Gable isn't going anywhere, but it will also be his first singles title that he has ever won in WWE, with his previous 4 championships wins all being as part of a tag team. Now, Wendy Chu, she's got a new character in WWE NXT, and reportedly officials are very happy with this transition. Chu returned with her familiar sleepwear combination last week on NXT, though the colours were much less cheerful. Facing Brinley Reese, NXT commentators Vic Joseph and Booker T both recognised her new malicious intent and sense of purpose. The change has been recognised behind the scenes too, with Fightful Select noting that officials were very happy with Chu's new character and the fan reaction to it. Last week, WWE NXT gave us our first look at the new Wendy Chu in the form of a short video, reintroducing her to our screens with a darker interpretation, as can be seen during the broadcast. Now, Chu signed with WWE in February 2019. She would suffer a fractured lateral malleus and underwent a lengthy rehabilitation, returning in December 2020 as part of the Tian Sha stable. A return to the ring in August 2021 would see the Ling character eventually dropped and Wendy Chu revealed in November 2021. In February 2023, it saw Chu suffer an injury that would see her written off TV, though she did compete on NXT Level Up and at house shows before her eventual return to television last week. Now, AJ Styles finally is open to returning to the place that made him famous. AJ Styles says he hasn't given up hope of returning to TNA wrestling. In recent weeks, the relationship between WWE and TNA has stepped up to a whole new level. At NXT Battleground, Knockouts World Champion Jordynne Grace challenged Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship, and other TNA wrestling figures were in attendance. Meanwhile, there have been suggestions that an NXT star will answer Grace's open challenge at Against All Odds tonight on June 14th. Now, after failing to gain a foothold foothold in WCW and WWE in the early 2000s, AJ Styles headed to Ring of Honor and TNA, where he established himself as one of the best wrestlers on the planet. Styles became synonymous with TNA and stayed with the company through several ups and downs before finally leaving in 2014. Given WWE's relationship with TNA, Styles was asked in a new interview of Cultaholic whether he could pop back up in his former home. He said, quote, "Well, I would say that hopefully something like that happens. It's good for not only for talent in WWE to go to TNA and TNA to go to WWE, but it's better for the younger talent to get in the ring with some people who have different styles. It's very important that we are well-rounded, and you can't do all of that in NXT. So the fact that we're going to be able to do that somewhere else is great." So what do you think about the possibility of AJ Styles showing back up in TNA wrestling? Is it possible? Let me know your thoughts about that one too. But there you go, guys. This latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.